Okay, what I decided to do in this video is I want more colors. So I put on GitHub here. Oh dear, where'd it go? Oh, I'm going to search. Show color names right here. Okay, and I'll share the link to this repository in the video description here. And it's just a text file, colors.txt with 139 different colors. Again, I think they're all kind of web-safe CSS colors. I hope. We'll find out. So I'm just gonna download this, download zip. Let's open it up, extract, and all I need is this file. Okay, so I'm gonna load that into my project here, like so. I thought that would work. Hold on, can't I do that? Files. Okay, maybe it doesn't like the dragging and dropping. Okay, let's just do it this way. Colors.txt. And maybe I should stick with the American spelling because that's the way CSS works too. I thought I could drag it in, but I don't know why that's not working. Anyway, I'll just do Control-A, Control-C, and Control-V. And make sure we don't have an empty line on the bottom, right? Because when I read, I'm going to load this file into my JavaScript, and I don't want to have an empty line loaded. Okay, save that, colors.txt. Okay, one second here. Okay, now that we've got this colors.txt with all the color names, I would like to load the contents of this file into my JavaScript file and put it in an array. Dun dun dun. Okay, let's do that up here. Fetch content from colors.txt. And I use the word fetch because that's actually the JavaScript command, is fetch. And this is a fetch command where we simply specify the name of the file, colors.txt. Now, I'm going to try this, but I think there's going to be an error message. Let's go to here, refresh, open my console. And I don't even see anything. Refresh. Okay, well, let's see. The reason I thought there would be an error is because main.js is right here, and I'd have to look. It's inside of my JS folder, and colors.txt is not. So I thought it wouldn't find it. But we'll see. Let's keep going. So the way fetch works is we say, hey, please fetch this file, but then we need to do some stuff. And it takes time to process the file. So what we do is JavaScript has this .then. Okay, and what we can do is once this returns a promise, yes, I will get this done. Once it finishes the task of fetching the file, it'll then run whatever function I give it over here. So I'm going to have a function called convertData, because first I have to convert that loaded data into something manageable. And then we're going to call a function called processData. Okay, and it's giving me squiggly lines because I haven't defined those functions yet. But the main idea here is the fetch command will begin fetching the contents of this file. And that takes some time. So once that's done, it'll then call this function, and it'll pass the contents of this file into this function. This function is then going to work on converting the data to whatever format we want. And once that's done, we'll then process the data. So this will pass in whatever this function returns into this function, and then I can actually do something with it. All right, so function convertData, and I'm going to define a parameter called raw data. And raw data is going to store, let's actually print it out. It should be storing the raw data that's read from this file. Let's see what that looks like. And I'm also going to define process data right now so it doesn't give me an error. We'll just leave it blank. Okay, let's see that. Refresh. Okay, cool. So this is what it gave me, a response, right? The fetch passed in whatever it loaded into this raw data, this convertData function, and it passed into the raw data, and it gave me a response, which is a basic response There's a URL, colors.txt, and all sorts of information about it. Okay, this doesn't really look like a file to me. But what I can do with this raw data is I can go return raw data.text. Okay, it'll take that response and convert it into a string, into text. And I have to return that because once it returns, it'll then pass that to this process data. So this should be my string data, right? And I'm just going to go console.log string data. Okay, save that and refresh. And there it is. Okay, so it took that file, converted it into string data, and printed it as one big string. Okay, one big string. That's exciting. Now, what I need to do is, in this file, it's returned as one string. At the end of every line, there's a hidden carriage return or new line character. And it's actually a little complicated because some operating systems have a carriage return and a new line. Some just have a new line. So I'm going to show you something that'll take care of what operating system we're on, so it works pretty much all the time. So what I want to do is I want to take this big string and I want to split it by the new line character at the end. So each line is an element in the array. Okay, so remember we can do that by doing that split command. So I declared colors here as a global variable. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go colors is assigned string data dot split, and I'm going to split by a /n. Okay, let's see if that works. /n is the special character that's at the end of each line. Okay, let's save that. And oh, I guess I need to print it out. Console.log colors. Refresh. And there it is. It's an array where each thing 0, 1, 2. I just want to check this out. Aqua is at position 2. So I should be able to go colors at position 2 is aqua. Colors at position 2 dot length is 5. Okay. So I've come across this problem before. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're like, what? The length should be 4. But it's actually 5 because there's also a read line at the end. So I need to actually split it by /r/n. Because there's a carriage return and a new line. So now if I save that and hit refresh, okay, this still looks the same. Let's see if I can use, and now we get the oops, sorry. I just wanted to print it out to make sure that it was the aqua. Yeah. So now we get the right length of 4. Okay, because when we didn't split it by the /r, it kept that /r character hidden, but it was still there. And that would cause problems if we were like searching for aqua, but it wouldn't be aqua, it'd be aqua /r. Now some operating systems don't have that /r, so what we can do is instead of quotations, we can do a / and a / here. And that makes something called a regular expression, and that allows us to put a question mark here. And that basically means that there could be or there could not be a /r, and then there must be a /n. And that should make it work on whatever operating system you have, the way that it deals with how files end or lines end. Let's just make sure that still works. And don't worry about regular expressions. This should work all the time. Just use this to split by a text file into lines. Okay, /r/n. Let's make sure that works still. Okay, still works. Colors 2 is aqua, and colors 2 at length is 4. Okay, that's awesome. So now, I am going to, oh yeah, okay. This fetching the content, it takes time. So check this out. I'm going to go console.log after fetch, right? Like this is, we started the fetch. This line of code is after the fetch. And then I go console.log colors. And let's see what happens. I want to hit refresh there. See? it says after fetch first, and then it logged this stuff to the console, right? So because this stuff takes time to load and convert and process, this console.log here actually happened after this console.log here. So for example, if I decided to try to say, oh, you know what, I want to display all of these colors, right? So I go display colors, right? Colors is that global variable that should be this array. We will notice that I don't get anything. And in fact, I get an error saying that length is undefined on line 40 because colors doesn't have any length. It is undefined until we get to here. And this code happens after this code. Okay, so because of that, I got to make sure that I'm going to do this display colors right here. Okay, so now I've processed the data, I've split that string into an array, and now I can display the array. And I hopefully will see a whole bunch of colors. Awesome. Okay, cool. So the array is larger, and that doesn't matter because I'm going up to colors.length, and it's just going to keep doing this all the way down. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stop the video there. That was pretty long. Just this idea of fetching from the file. Once it fetches, it passes that raw data to this convert data function. We convert it to text and return it to the process data. That takes the text data, which I can then split into an array, and then I can display it. Anyway, this gives us a lot of possibilities because now we can take data stored in text files and process that data, do stuff with it. In the next video, I want to do like some searching on this. Maybe we'll filter and only show certain colors. I don't know. We'll see what we do. Okay. Hope that made sense. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.